A lot of people, what effects do you think music has on the youth today? What effects?
It's like influence. Like you see a celebrity or you see someone that a whole bunch of people admire, they start doing everything that their favorite celebrity does. Or even when you're younger and kids look at superhero, I want to be Batman or Iron Man, like they running around, jumping around the house. It's the same thing, but it's with music. So now as you get older and you're just listening to music and different music, and now every kid thinks that they're this or that they're this image, that they're that image because they're listening to a certain song. So now they feel like they have to be this way. They feel like they have to act this kind of way because now they're influenced by music. And it's the same thing with positive music. If you're listening to something positive, if you're listening to something that boosts your vibe and your energy, then that's what you try to replicate. That's what you try to duplicate. And but like I said, it's basically influence. Whatever people see, whatever people hear, they try to mimic it. And that's way more powerful on kids too, because our minds are fresh and young, and no matter how old we may think we are at the moment, we're still trying to do things that we see.
So what do you think about like the suicide thing? What's your conversation on suicide and listening to music? Because with some of the music that you was listening to, that I was kind of telling you, even though it's a good rhythm and good melody, what's the impact that you think is affecting children with a lot of music with like suicide lyrics?
I feel like it's promoted way more now. So now kids look at it as, or my peers or different people may look at it as more of an option now. So now it's like...
Explain. What do you mean by that?
Like, you know, I saw a meme and it was meant to be a joking meme, and it said, when a teenager is sad for 1 week and think they're depressed. Because now that it's so promoted, every child listening to a song that is sad, now you have a bad day or you have a bad week, and now you think, I'm depressed or I'm going through this, and now something happens or something in life happens, and now you say, okay, I feel like I want to commit suicide now. So it's not even a genuine thought that's coming from that child's mind. It's the stuff that they're listening to. So that's what I mean by it's promoted now as an option. Like, yeah, it was still...
An option to do.
Yeah,
if
like...
you have a bad day.
Of course, people were still committed suicide back then, but now the rates are higher than they were ever, because now, like, it was always an option for most people, but now it's just there and it's in your face now. Everyone is listening to it, everyone is seeing it.
And that's what I told you, because a lot of children make permanent decisions off temporary emotions. Because if you don't have the options of you have a bad day, it's okay, breathe, reflect on the positive things in your life. Some kids make just that rational decision. You know, what is your thought on suicide? Like, what do you do when you have a bad day? You know, like what do you, even you get a lot of messages and you get a lot of comments, and it's always touchy to communicate with someone that's in a suicidal, vibration. Like, so.
Because it's a sensitive thing to try and help someone with. But to answer your question, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your question. You said,
what is your thoughts on it? Like, have you ever thought about suicide?
Oh, you told me, you asked me.
I'm asking that. Have you ever thought about suicide or suicidal thoughts? And if you haven't, what do you think about? And, is that a negative mind? How do parents deal with a young man or young woman going through those things? Is it just the music? Like, how do a parent coming to you saying, my son tried to kill himself, or that young man that tried to kill himself? So it's like two questions there. Have you ever thought about it? And then what do a parent do in that situation?
For one, to answer your first question, I've never thought about it. It's never been a thought that popped up in my mind that I said, okay, I'm stressed and now I want to commit suicide. And for parents who may have a child who may be dealing with suicidal thoughts, I just want to say be very careful with it. Because being parents coming from, back in the day where it was a lot rougher and it was different circumstances, they may have went through a lot more things. So now they're looking at their kids and they're going, why you have suicidal thoughts? Because of this little problem or that little problem. Don't minimize your son or daughter's problem, because it may be small to them, but just because they didn't go through the same amount of pain as you did.
Maybe small to the parents.
Yeah, it may be small to the parents, but just because they didn't go through the pain that is as severe as the pain that you went through doesn't mean that their pain isn't real. So they're still feeling something inside. So it may not be as deep as you think it is, or it may not be as deep as a parent thinks it is, but it's most definitely still there. And to answer your other question, you said how Like, how do you deal with a bad day? Or
If
how
you
do
had
you,
a friend, or like the kids that do contact you, you know, what conversation is that to young men?
it's a conversation to, well, that conversation to be held is like, it's gonna happen. That's life.
No, what do you say? I want to kill myself today.
I know
got
that's
the
what
knife
I'm
to my
answering.
wrist. You know, what do you know? And I know that's difficult.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, to people who may be in that mood where it's like, okay, my whole year was stressful. My whole week was stressful. My last few days was stressful. Now I want to commit suicide because I can't take all the stress anymore. See, the thing is with life is going to give you a whole bunch of stress.
Ups and downs,
Yeah,
roller coasters.
ups and downs. But it's like, you have to get through it. You have to, because if you don't get through it, then you don't advance as a person. Like, that's a part of life. That's a part of growth. All the heartbreaks that you may go through.
The caterpillar thing you said.
Yeah, it's
What if
like,
a caterpillar?
if a caterpillar was scared to go into its cocoon and it did something to itself, and now it never sees the person that it could have been.
Yeah, the butterfly.
Yeah, so that's a part of life. That failure, that stress, that anger, it's all for you to realize and grow from. It's not from you to go, okay, now I want to commit suicide, or now I want to harm myself because I'm going through this situation. That's how you form yourself as a person.
No, I think that's good. Like I say, me as a kid growing up, I wouldn't really say I had suicidal thoughts, but I caused a lot of pain because pain was attention for me. You know, I wasn't the smart kid, I wasn't the good kid in class, but when I act out, I got all the attention. Everybody, grandma, my mother gave me the most attention because when I was acting up, she had to come to school. All the teachers had to pay attention to me. So,
And
yeah, go ahead.
my bad.
No, you
can
good. Well, a lot of parents don't understand that a lot of kids act out, and a lot of kids may want to hurt themselves because that's where they get the most attention. So for just parents out there, you know, you got to hug every day. You got to love every day. You got to ask your children, are they okay every day? Because you never know, especially with social media, you don't got to leave out. You used to get bullied at school, but now the bullies are at home through the phone, through the social networks, and so much going on that through that mobile device, through that digital world, your life could be ruined, you know, so go ahead.
And just to talk about how you were saying that you were acting out to get attention, it's like, especially with younger kids, elementary, you know, you see your peers going to spelling bees and doing reading contests, and the most well-behaved kid in class, they're always getting that attention. So now when a younger kid may feel like they're not recognized for anything, that they're not special for anything, they're going to get their attention any way they know how. So now it's jealousy, it's envy, it's anger. It's like, why am I not as special as my peer? Because I'm not academically on point as my peer is. Or why can't I be idolized for something? Why can't I do something? So it's like, if I can't get that attention from doing something positive, it's like,
You do something negative.
you do something negative. And now that could be took and misunderstood. So now you're going home, parents might beat you because you get suspended for something, or you're getting yelled at and you're getting put on punishment. Well, really all that's needed there is a conversation. A conversation about why you shouldn't envy this person.
What words help? What words help? What words will wake up a young man or a young woman's soul? What words?
At all ages, just to let them know how, or for even my peers, just to let them know how special they are. So just because they may not be getting as
So
much.
what words? I love you. What do I love you? I love you.
You're special, you're amazing, stay strong, be confident, you are talented.
Acknowledge what they're trying to do.
Yeah, acknowledge them, because that's attention that they need. That's the love that they need. That's attention that we as teenagers need, just to feel that comfort of
Adults too.
Yeah, that comfort of knowing that someone is there for me. That's why when you look at a lot of little kids, when they're with their teddy bears, or like little covers that they stay with, it's that feeling of love, even if it's with an object.
What happened to your teddy bear? You got the most international teddy bear. Your teddy bear went to Africa. Your teddy bear went to Mexico. So that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you had a teddy bear that you held,
you're intimate with the thing because it's still a connection.
Yeah.
So with parents, that connection is stronger with you, and you have to just build it more and more. Especially because there's a lot of younger parents out there, and nowadays it's huge.
Yeah.
Like young parents.
So I remember that too. When I was in a foster home, I had a teddy bear that smelled like the living room. So I had this teddy bear, and this teddy bear went to like 4 different places with me because it smelled like the couch in grandma's house. And so I understand what you're saying. So,
And I gave, his name was Ralph.
Ralph, your teddy bear. Yeah, what happened to it?
We gave it to the boys.
Yeah, that teddy bear went all over the world with you. But, hopefully this video helped.